Okay guys, we'll just check and see if I'm up and running. I normally do this with a hidden screen, but I'll just double check. Yes, we are up and running. So welcome to episode 17 for 2025 of ChatTactic. We're going to be doing all things Warhammer today. So, well, not all things actually. I may start with some other things first, but we'll end up back with Warhammer and sort of as much Warhammer news as we can possibly give, I guess, with the Skulls event. Still got my Skulls hat on. I hate wearing hats inside. I really did. I mean, I wear a hat outside all the time, but I don't like wearing them inside. But I'll still wear it anyway because it's the Skulls event this week. You can see there from the hat, which the Games Workshop sent me like a goodie kit of all sorts of different things, and so I'm going to be doing a number of different giveaways during the stream today. So we'll sort of end up. What I'll do is I'll sort of run them at different intervals as we sort of get into it. So so I won't just do them all at the back end of the session. We'll do a marble run sort of part way through and do some giveaways then as well. I think that would be the way for us to sort of tackle this. I think I've got as I said before, I can't show you these. This is the back of the letter that I've got with a whole lot of keys on the other side. Well, not a whole lot, but there's a fair few keys there that I can give away. So just a handful of them. So I'll definitely be doing that as well. So we'll sort of go through those, which is great. So yeah, thank you to Games Workshop for actually giving me the kit and. I sort of really do appreciate it actually, which is nice. So Skulls is an event that comes through every year, and essentially just goes through the news for Warhammer. Sorry, I'm just going to put my air conditioner on. Actually, it's a bit warm. So there we are. So we've so anyway, I thought we'd just go through sort of like what the what's going on this week, because you've only got a couple of days now left to sort of get what you need to go and get, and so I thought we'd sort of focus on a fair bit of the of what's happening with Warhammer. Also, I will talk a little bit, but before we sort of go into that one, there are a couple of games I do want to be talking about. Not very many, but we'll just sort of go from there and start to sort of just work our way through just a few of the other gaming news bits and pieces. So hi Tenru, how you going? And Saraz and Mark Krorsky is saying, hey Daz, is the Keys for Games only DLC for games as well? I'm slowly completing Gladius. No, I don't actually have any. I've only got base game stuff, and so we'll So it's games like, for example, Bolt Gun. I do have a Battle Sector to give away as well. What else have I got there? Vermintide 2, I think, as well. I'll have to double check and just sort of see. Some of these have sort of come through as actually advanced looks at different games, which I can't give them away. So I've got to be a little bit. I should have checked that before I even started recording, to be honest. There's a few in through here that are a little bit. But I'll probably have to just double check as I sort of go through them. So I've got a few of them there. Anyway, there's a couple there that I can give away, like Rogue Trader as well, I think. So I know that there's new stuff coming for those. So I've just got to double check that the keys aren't for the new things that I'm not supposed to be sort of sharing. Anyway, but it is actually a sort of like a celebration of Warhammer type stuff. So if I stop saying finally made it to the beginning, so YouTube notices coming up. That's good. That's great. Right, so anyway, let's just get through it. We've got, so at the moment there's a lot of specials, as you can sort of see on this page here with the different Warhammer games. But before we do that, I'm going to go and talk a little bit about the change that has now come to Field of Glory, because Field of Glory has actually also had a change during the week. So Field of Glory Kingdoms, to be specific. So we'll just start there and just get that one out of the way. So there's been a bit of talk about the various about the look of the game. Like, there's been some people who don't like the overall look, and so the devs have actually gone through now and actually made a quick change. Where will it be? That'll be under discussions, I guess. Just go and have a quick look and see Community Hub. And Yeah, that must be it here, I think. So what they've done is they've actually got through here. So they've like there's been a bit of talk on different like on Steam as well as on the Slytherin channel about some things that were happening in the mods section, because I've made a mod as well. Actually, I'll just go and show you that as well. So I've actually changed my mod accordingly to sort of try to make it work better now with what the changes that they've made. So if you did grab my mod over the last week, you might want to go down and download it again. So this is the legibility mod back in through here. So this one here has actually just got this one only now changes the base fonts in the game, because the colours no longer need to be changed. The colours have been addressed by the developer. So if you do want the actual base, like the change to the fonts that I've got, then you grab the mod. But that's all the mod does now, is just change the fonts, which is still fairly substantial. But the colours are now much better than even than what I did. The devs have sort of really made them stand out really well. So just be aware of that. In fact, I might even show you that. So I've got my mod still running with the. I've turned off my color mod and have now turned on the. Only have the, like, where is it? Let's go Kingdoms. Sorry, I'll just open this one up. So the let's go to play. So if you do have Kingdoms and you're not happy with the actual fonts in the game, then I have changed it so that the fonts have now all been changed, and I've made this font as legible as I can, as large as I can. So that's sort of now been changed a little bit in through there as well. You can sort of see the color, see the font in through there. I experimented with a lot of different things to sort of end up with something, but if I just go in and have a look at it, one thing we'll notice when we go into the game is the reds. In the red colors in the lettering has been tweaked. Fairly substantially too, by the way. Like, it's no longer as bright as what it was. So if you do have the game, yeah, this update has just come through. And if you do want the more legible fonts, then you can download my mod from coffee.com/ChatTactic. It's completely free, and so you can just sort of grab that if you like. Come on, game, load in. I'll just go with England. Like, you can see there already, the colours are fairly good. Like, with what they've got with these different reds that show up, because these reds were quite difficult previously. Let's just go and click on OK here with England, because England does have like a lot of red colours. Should have chosen one of the smaller maps, I guess, to sort of start this process. The summary for what's actually happening. This is actually still bright. Actually, that's interesting. That's still very bright. I would have changed that too, to be honest. Being brutally honest, I hadn't played this to notice this. That is way too strong. Yeah, so that's the sort of stuff that has been changed, but not in this case. Wonder why that has not been tweaked, because typically the colours. And England is one of the worst case scenarios in terms of the red colours. And I, to be honest, I didn't actually have a real close look at England, but when I was just sort of checking things out. But that's still way too strong. Maybe I will tweak what they've tweaked, just to sort of get that sort of colour back. I don't know how prevalent it's going to be, but if I go into like a Levy Weaponsmith as an example, I love this. This is a new. The new mode that they have to sort of check on different buildings, which is very cool. You can see there all the colours there. All the red colours in this is actually very good. So maybe it's fine the way it is. But yeah, you can see all the different sort of the red colours are no longer dark anymore. So they're quite legible all the way through. This is actually using, of course, the text, the font mod that I've got as well. So it's using the font mod along with the new colours that the game has actually got into it. So Pommy Bastard says Sci-Fi Snob. Yes, absolutely. So hi Veering Games, how you going? So anyway, that's the so that has come through. I thought I'd just mention it because I know that there's been a bit of discussion over the last week or so about the legibility of the game, and so hopefully, if it's the fonts are the problem, then hopefully my mod will help with that. If the colours are the problem, the other thing I didn't show. Sorry, one thing I didn't show here, which is also was actually discussed in the mod section of the Slytherin channel for the game, is the overlays, because I get a lot of comments from people. I won't go to, which one should we play? Let's just go and play this one here. And so quite often when I'm playing it, people think the game is quite ugly, the way it does look, and so they've changed they've done some tweaking there, which I really quite like, to try to, because if you turn off all the overlays, the game actually looks very, very good. Like in terms of the terrain, you can really sort of see what's going on. And so if I'll just play as the Byzantine Empire in this case. So there's nothing much else there, and close the panel. And so in this case, you'll notice that the color, like it's sort of a subconscious type thing, but you'll see that there's different. That you can notice the borders, but you can also now really see the terrain, which we couldn't see before. When you had the overlays on, it would pretty much just color the whole map. And so now what we have is an opacity factor to the actual overlays, which means that you can see the underlying terrain, which is a real game changer. Like, it's very subtle, like in terms of the overall effects, but the actual information now is really, really good. Like, we're starting to sort of see very, very definite terrain, and you actually have a few different options here to actually go and change this one. So this is the overlay saturation, which has been added in. So we've got, I've gone with washed out, which I really quite like. Normal, if I go back to this and just go back to the actual game itself, just go back this way. That's what it was like, where all of the actual colour, you could still get the shape, but you didn't really get much else. And so it was sort of like it sort of lost its effect to a large degree as to what was actually going on. And so by having this very subtle overlay, and I've sort of found as I was going through, desaturated is almost completely gone. Just go back again. I find that too little. Like, it's you can see it there clearly with these colours, but some of the other colours it doesn't really do a good job of. But it's a really nice little addition to the game, just in terms of being able to sort of show what's going on. And literally that discussion sort of started sort of like within a day or two. This update had been had been put in there, which I really, really like. It's the one I like though is washed out, which is just the step back from that previous one, which just gives you a bit of a tint through everything, and so you can still sort of see pretty clearly the borders, even when the colours are fairly similar. I don't know if there's any similar colours down this way, not really, but you can see the underlying terrain certainly is very, very prevalent with this new system. It's a really nice sort of way of showing the map. So anyway, I thought I'd just sort of show that one through there. Game UI as a science, says Sci-Fi Snob. Yeah, well, a lot of it's subconscious, and this is actually this is one of the things. Like, players don't often consciously think about what they're seeing. It's only like, it was for me. It's only really been when viewers have said, "What an ugly looking game," like, which they have said, like when I've had the overlays turned on. So you're going to have different overlays in through here as well. With so all of these different overlays have now got that same detail. Like, it's trade goods, etc., etc. But yeah, no, it's they've done a great job of that. So anyway, I thought I'd just show that, because I do appreciate it when when devs are so responsive so quickly with things that are being said. So so no, that's really, really awesome. Hi Chris, how you going? So and Seeking Meta saying, hey Daz, I finally bit the bullet and bought a game, Age of Wonders 4, due to you and the chat's recommendation. I'm really enjoying it. It came out down to that and Dominion 6. Did I do it right? Well, that's the other thing. Did you do it right? Depends on what you like, to be honest. Like it's if you like tactical battles, then yeah, Age of Wonders 4, absolutely. Like you really like that's really where the game really does shine. Like it's very immersive. Dominion 6 is a game I was going to play this week for the simple reason it's got a Warhammer mod, and this is, as I said before, this is a Warhammer week really in terms of gaming. And so I was thinking of playing that, but in the end I've just been playing Battle Sector and Gladius the whole week, and I've really been enjoying it, to be honest. Which we'll talk about fairly soon. Let's get out of Kingdoms, and then we'll sort of talk about some other things as well. So we'll just go and exit the game. But yeah, so anyway, Kingdoms, certainly getting a lot of attention and love at this point in time, which is great. So really enjoying those little changes in through there. Hi Chris, Chris is saying ISG has had a new update and DLC on the way. Yeah, I saw that one came through actually, the note for that one. I haven't seen the detail on that one. And Sci-Fi Snob saying, yeah, but once the change is made, you wonder why they ever had it the other way. Yeah, it's sort of funny, isn't it? Like it's one of those things. Like, and it's funny that it was certainly with the font and the colours. I've mentioned that in beta testing for Kingdoms, but it wasn't considered to be a priority back then. Now, the font certainly didn't change, but it was easy for me to change it, and even the colours. The colours I also had mentioned back, like with the reds, I found it I'm a bit colourblind, and I found it very difficult to read some of the red lettering, but I'm really glad that they've actually now just done it. And again, it was easy to mod, and that was actually what I think that was the feedback at the time was, look, it's super easy to actually mod those colours if you don't like them, and it really was, but I'm glad that they've actually done it themselves, to be honest. It's those little subtle things that do make a big difference. So so it's so with Dominions is look, both Dominions and Age of Wonders 4 great games. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them, to be honest. Okay, so Tenru is saying, I'll refund my Age of Wonders 4 copy in a heartbeat if I could. Yes, but you're negative about Age of Wonders 4. Let's be honest about that. I'm trying to remember what Tenru doesn't like about Age of Wonders 4. What is it? I forget what it was. Anyway. But like whenever I play it, Tenru always has some negative comments about the actual game. But I love Age of Wonders 4. It's still my favourite series of games of all time, and it has been ever since the first one came out 25 years ago. I think it's Tenru's shtick. That's his role is when we do live streams. But no, I do appreciate people who critique and criticise games that are being played and sort of look at things from different angles. It certainly gives me perspective. It's like, for example, those map modes. When I saw that somebody was actually asking how to mod that, it was like I just chipped in as well and said, yeah, look, people actually comment about that, and so it's good for me to know the negatives that people actually have about the games that are being shown. Okay, well, let's go back in. So we'll get rid of that one. We'll go back to the Warhammer. Let's get rid of that. And we'll just do a search for Warhammer and start to go through the Warhammer games, I think. So Tenor is saying, I played it during release. It was in a bad state, plus the amount of DLC makes me despise it even more. That's another thing we're going to be talking about today is DLC for a lot of these games. There is a lot, of DLC here, basically, with a lot of the Warhammer games. One thing I wanted to also talk about was Warhammer games that really how it's changed over the years. And the Warhammer, I don't even know if the old Warhammer games are still going to be on Steam. I know that, for example, you won't find. Where is it? Some of the Slytherin Warhammer games have been taken off this week. And I wonder if, and I don't know why. I don't know why that's the case. In fact, if we go to the Slytherin channel, because the games are still, they're still around. I mean, some of the beta forums, I've got to be careful I don't bounce into one of those. But I'm pretty sure if we go to, Broken Arrow is coming, by the way, very, very soon. So that's keep an eye open for that. If you're looking for Broken Arrow type stuff, I don't know if there's any information about this one. release dates announced. When was that? Yeah, that was yep, June the 19th. Broken Arrow will be released on June the 19th, so just be aware of that one as well. So that one's coming. Now, will it still have it? So there's the current 2 Warhammer 40,000 games that are here with Slytherin, but they have a couple of others as well. Sanctus Reach. I'll just open this one up. And Armageddon. There it is. So if you have these are no longer available on Steam. And seeing if there's any any news about it. There's not really. I think it's just an old game now, you know. Like, and it was a very good game in its time. I was surprised to see it taken off. I don't know why it was taken off. I'll just see if there's any information here with Armageddon as well. It sort of just happened. There's no notes about this one here. Yeah, nothing sort of new in through that side. Yeah, so the last real content was from a fair while ago, as you can sort of see. So no one's really even commenting on the fact that it has been taken off Steam. But these were pretty good little games. So they're still available through the Slytherin. You still buy them from Slytherin, but you just can't buy them anymore from Steam. They've actually gone. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if we do a quick search, if we do a search for Sanctus Reach, it's gone. It has gone. Okay, so they've actually been taken off, and I'm a bit surprised that they got taken off, because they were actually pretty good games. But there were a lot of really crappy games that were done for Warhammer way back, and they were just shockingly bad. And I'm just trying to look for any of them that sort of shows up back into here, and I just can't see them actually. I think they've all been. I think it must be a Games Workshop thing to actually get rid of them. Actually, there's one. There's Warp Forge. Oh no, that's different again. That's probably not as bad as it's got mixed reviews. It's just a free game. There's a few free games that do come through. By the way, yeah, this has come through. Words of Vengeance for Bolt Gun. This is a. I think this is like a demo for Bolt Gun. If you haven't played Bolt Gun, it's really good fun. So it's actually it's a very, very cool game, and but I'm not seeing any of the really old games. Yeah, I'm just having a look to see, like, there's nothing that's really. Do you remember that one? That was. It's interesting. That one's Shooter's Blood and Teeth. I don't know that game actually. Very positive though. At least they're keeping that one around, I guess. Power Wash Simulator, Warhammer 40,000 Special Pack. No idea what that is. That's don't know what that is. I don't think it's anything to do with actual Warhammer stuff. But I'm not seeing a lot of the old stuff. God, there's a lot of Warhammer stuff though, isn't there? A lot of Warhammer stuff. Yes, there was a lot of games that came out around 2019, 2020 that were just absolute shit, that were Warhammer games. And you can see there's a few, don't know what that one there is. Yeah, mixed reviews, hardly anyone playing them. It's funny, there was some really poor games, and then they started to bring out some, like Mechanicus and things like this, were really quite very, 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 very good. Of course, the Warhammer Total War, from the fantasy side, like these DLCs are mixed reviews, but overall, the Warhammer Total War game I thought was brilliant, just the way it sort of did work. Anyway, let's. God, there's a lot in here, isn't there? A lot to try to. I thought I'd just go through the basic games and just go and talk about them, but there's too many to talk about. All right, what we'll do is I think we'll give away, let's talk about Bolt Gun has got a new Bolt Gun 2 coming. I don't know if it's going to show us there. If I just do a search for Bolt Gun, I'll start there because I'm going to give away a key for that one straight away. So Bolt Gun 2. What do we know about it? So it is on its way. So it's coming in 2026. So Obliterate Heritage. So that's probably going to be at the next Skulls event. That's probably going to be released there. But I do actually have a key for Bolt Gun. So we'll run that sort of. I'll keep on running these as we go through as well. So I'll just go back to Nightbot. And we'll start our process of giving away keys. So shall I do Marble Run, or shall I just do a selection from the list of names? Because I've got a few keys to give away. So we can either do a Marble Run as we go through each, as we talk about different games, or we can actually I can just click on the just go across the dashboard. I'll just go to giveaways. So what I need you guys to do, we're going to do a keyword giveaway. We're just going to go next. Next, and just the word win. Actually, I was going to type in war, but it may be a little bit hard to always remember how to pronounce it. So, do we do that? WAAGH, exclamation mark. Let's do that as our giveaway. So WAAGH, exclamation mark. Okay, that's going to be what the giveaway word will be. We'll do that one for this one here. I'll just click on done. So yeah, so just type that in the chat, guys, and that will then be your entry into getting Bolt Gun. There we are. So we're getting Silver Coal's got it right. So just type in exactly that spelling though. Whoa! In we go. And we'll have a bit of a look as they come through. So anyway, just type that one in there. And then we'll give away some Bolt Gun. So while you guys are typing that in, I'll just go through again the what's coming here. Bolt Gun, if you haven't seen it yet, is very, very cool in terms of the like just as a almost like a Doom-like shooter. It's Obliterate Heretics in the Game of the Emperor. Yeah, so this is actually sort of like a follow-on from it. It's coming in like next year. So it must be. I'm guessing it will be a released. I think the previous Bolt Gun released around about the time of the last Skulls, I think. And I've really enjoyed playing it. It's actually one of the games that if I got to like 5 minutes to do something, it's one of the games I will play. It's action-packed content. It's really cool. Actually, I might even show you while you guys are typing in a war. Yeah, okay, so Brado is saying they removed Sanctus Reach and Armageddon right before the Skulls of Festival. Yeah, sort of it's funny because it was literally the day before. It was taken off. So Philip Goulden is saying, how good is Battle Sector? I'll talk about Battle Sector in detail, actually, when we get into it. So I'll be talking a lot about Battle Sector and Gladius. So Philip Goulden is saying, nothing wrong with old games. I'm currently replaying Baldur's Gate 2, loving tactical battles. We'll talk also about the coming Dawn of War, which is coming as well. The sort of like the updated version of Dawn of War. I know a lot of you are sort of interested about that. So now, do we have anything? Is there any? Are you guys happy for me to just roll the winner straight away and then not worry about the Marble Run, or do we want to be doing Marble? Actually, Marble Run's going to be a little bit complex, so I'll just pick from the list there. So Silver Coal's obviously typing war with all capitals. I should have done that. That would have been funny to get everyone being slapped by Nightbot. Anyway, we'll let that one go for a little bit longer. But Bolt Gun is one of these games which is not my type of game, to be honest, at all. Where did I put it? I've got it in here somewhere. Miscellaneous games, maybe? I can't remember where I've actually put Bolt Gun. I can't think of where I've actually got it. I don't think it'd be under here. I think it's in here somewhere. Miscellaneous type games. But no, I'm not seeing it there. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there it is. So it's purely carnage in the old Doom sort of feel to it, and actually a lot of fun. So this will be the key that we give away right now. I'll just continue. I don't know even know where I was. So you've essentially all you're doing is you literally are running around as if you're in a like in a Doom game. If you can press the N key, which will show you where to go. So that's the direction that I'm supposed to be heading off into. So I can just sort of follow this one through. I don't know if I've actually cleared this level. There's no one else up there. I haven't cleared this yet. But it's just full on carnage. So I can pick up different bolt gun ammunition. It's just jump gun really. So it's just literally a combat game. I don't know how I can get up to there. I can do it somehow. Oh yes, there we go. God, I'm good at these games. And you also have like a melee attack that you can do as well. Okay, somebody else is firing at me. Here they come. Won't play for very long, but you get the idea. It's actually it's very good. It's like it's got full full 360, so it's not like Doom, but it's what the hell is that? I'll just use our chain sword. Gold things, I don't know what they are. One. Can't get up there. If I just press the N key again, I can should be able to see where to go. So this is not the way to go. Oh, this would be. And yeah, there we go. Now that little servo skull thing is just coming with us. But it's just a run and gun game, basically. Anyway, let's quit out of that one. Quit to desktop. All right, let's do the giveaway. So, so we've got the. Let's just go back in, and so this is for bolt gun, and go to the giveaway, and I'm just going to choose a winner. So there's only a handful of you, right? There's not very many, only 12 of you. So for this one through here. So, and we'll just keep it running the whole time through. So what I'm going to get you to do, if you do win this, so you do need to type in the word war to WWAGH exclamation mark if you do want to be part of it. Hi Cygnus, how you going? So yeah, so Silvercross saying this is the sort of game that will cause me severe motion sickness after about 5 minutes of playing it. But you're in the running, Silvercold, you're in the running. Anyway, let's just choose a winner. We've got 13 in through there now as well. So so I'm going to jot down whoever wins this, and if you can then just email me your like who you like, basically that you won. I'll then give it to you like over the next day. I'll sort of then just go and get all the giveaways. So my the email, if you do win, is going to be daz@daztactic.com. So you just need to contact me that way. I can't actually whisper anything to you. Like on Twitch, I'd be able to whisper the actual key across to you. So this is for Bolt Gun. Let's go and just choose a winner. The winner is Sci-Fi Snob. There we go. So so it's a winner messages. I'm not sure what that is doing. I don't know if that's if you're Sci-Fi. I'm not sure why it's actually asking you for you to send a message. That's weird. Anyway, just say something and we'll. I haven't seen. I never do it this way. So Sci-Fi Snob, if you can just sort of say something in the chat, I'll still just write this one down. The fact that it's actually asking for a message is actually an interesting one, because that does allow me then, if somebody's not here, we can just keep this winner thing going. Sci-Fi Snob, there we go. What I won, there we go. There we go. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do it this way. I'll give you a couple of minutes if you do win. That way we'll just do a re-roll if there's if there's no response. So we'll just keep it going the whole time. But that's actually not bad, actually. The fact that it does require an actual response. That way at least I know that you've got it. So you got Bolt Gun there, Sci-Fi Snob. If you can email me at daz@daztactic.com, that would be great, and that way I can send you out that key later on. Okay, so we'll just close that one down. So we'll choose a winner again at another time. So we've got a few different games to give away. So we'll talk now about more of the different games that we actually have. So anyway, that's coming. Version 2 of that will be coming next year. So that's going to certainly be there. Now I'm just going to go back across. Let's just do a Dawn of War because I don't know much about this one. This is the definitive version. I don't know when it's coming or much information about what it actually is. But I know that I've been messaged by a fair few of you about that it's coming. So Dawn of War, the definitive edition, is the ultimate Dawn of War experience, featuring the original Dawn of War and its expansions, along with enhanced visuals and improved camera and 64-bit platform support. So this does look interesting. If we have a look, let's have a look at this one here, at the actual. I'll just go back to the start.
My faith is my shield.
It's the new.
Cleanse, purge, kill.
Certainly clearer.
Space Marines attack! Even in death, I still serve.
There we go. Now, look, they can't win. They had an extra A in there. Thanks, Sci-Fi Snob, with the question there. I remember that. It was a cutscene, I think, wasn't it? Blood Ravens.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
There we go. So that is coming. So that's going to be Dawn of War Definitive Edition. Look, it could be crap. It could be really, really bad. I just don't know. But then I look at things like the Age of Empires, editions that have sort of come through with HD, and they're very, very well received. Those ones, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what it's going to be like. It's just coming soon. I think it's coming this year, from what I understand. Now it's Dawning War Definitive Edition. Yeah, so that was part of the news of the Skulls event. So all of Warhammer Dawn of War in one definitive package. Experience, yeah. So I'm looking forward to when this one does actually come out, just to sort of give it a bit of a go. Certainly, it's an old game now. So what do you get in through here? 9 full factions from across the galaxy. The transhuman warriors of the Space Marines brings the Emperor's Fury, Savage Orcs, Mystical Eldar, Chaos Marines, the Imperial Guard, the Tau, Necrons, Dark Eldar, so Sisters of Battle as well. So pretty much all of the factions that we've got in Gladius as well, to be honest. Just seeing if there's any that we're missing. So command the Blood Ravens as they face the deadly fall of Tartarus in the original Dawn of War campaign, lead the winter assault on Lorne, conquer the planet Cronus during the Dark Crusade, or weather the Soulstorm. I'm not sure what will happen with the mods. Yeah, play 2 to 8 player multiplayer, either in teams or a free-for-all. Choose from many modes and numerous maps. So yeah, this was sort of like, this is so well received back in the day. I mean, if we go back out and have a look at the at Dawn of War, if I just go back out again, it's Bolt Gun. Actually, I'll just do a Dawn of War. And I'll just do an enter and just have a quick look and see. So we've got, it's the anniversary, this is from 2017. So that must have been like 10 years. Was it back in the 1990s that it first came out? I'm just not sure of when the first one actually came out. Dawn of War 3. It's got 2017. That was mixed. Don't know why that one was mixed. Is overwhelmingly positive. There's, I think they're also working on a Dawn of War 4, I believe, from what I've heard. So that may be, yeah. Anyway, the definitive edition is coming, and I still think there is a Dawn of War 4 actually in the works as well. I don't know if that's coming this year or next year, but I believe that there is something else coming for that one. Anyway, that's Dawn of War 2 Anniversary Edition. That's also very positive. This one's extremely positive. I think people are very nostalgic about stuff. Anyway, that's what's coming. So we'll go back to our big long list. So yeah, Cygnus is saying this is just a remake of the original Dawn of War in Sanon. It's not Dawn of War 2 or 3. Right? Okay, there we go. So yeah, so Furbin's saying, I have all the Dawn of War games. 3 feels too automated. I haven't played Dawn of War 1 yet, but the remaster looks great. It does look good, doesn't it? It actually, like, the look of it looks very, very good. Actually, Sci-Fi stopped saying, should I buy a lottery ticket after the big win? Yeah, well, maybe you should. I don't know. I can't be promoting gambling in any sort of sense. So Forbin saying, I've been having so much fun with Battle Sector. Let's talk about Battle Sector now, because Battle Sector is 70% off at the moment for the base game. I want to talk about what you get with things like the base game for Battle Sector and how that sort of then does work. If that's okay, it's not loading anything else back up. The original, like the base Battle Sector game, is good if you like structured campaigns, and that's about it. So even though it's 70% off, and it is worth getting, like it is worth grabbing that one. I do have a giveaway for this one, so we'll do another giveaway for Battle Sector as well. So hold off buying it for the next few minutes while we talk about it. And again, if you wanted to be in the running, just type in WAR, WAAGH exclamation mark, to be in the running, guys. So that's going to be the way to win. Actually, what I should do, I don't know if I can might be able to pin. I'm going to be ending up in the list here. Type. I'll just do that. There we are. So I'm going to just pin that comment. So that way it should stay at the top. So that way anyone who bounces in will know what to type in. So you can just type that in at any time. We'll do all the giveaways that way today. So Battle Sector. So we will be giving away a Battle Sector game. It's 70% off at the moment. It's I think that like you can see through here. One of the things I like about this is that the actual the ratings for this game are very positive, like 90%. I find the game really comes to life once you start to get the DLCs, and there's a few of them. There's like now 10 different DLCs in through here, with different groups. Once you start to get the DLCs, and some of these DLCs are rated fairly poorly. I've got to say, you can see mixed reviews in through there for the Astra Militarum. The Tau is mostly positive. Demons of Khorne mixed reviews. Orcs positive. Sisters of Battle mixed. Necrons mixed. Blood Angels very positive. Back in through here, the Tyranids elites back in through here positive, and then there's just the soundtrack which you don't really sort of worry about. So you sort of be thinking, okay, well, why is the base game rated so highly? And then because this really is very strong ratings, and then you've got things like the Astra Militarum being mixed reviews. So I want to talk about that as well, because I think that what happens here is that the game is enhanced by the different DLCs that do come in. Like I don't think I would enjoy playing much of the essentially the base game if it didn't have the DLCs in it, because I like to play the Planetary Supremacy, and now they've got a new mode as well that's come into the game. And so having a look at this one, if we go to Astra Militarum, for example, it's 25% off at the moment, but if you have a look at it, the reason that these are going to be rated so poorly, if we go in the bottom, is that they don't come with a campaign. And so the best thing about playing the game, to be honest, is the actual campaigns that are there. You can see there. Like most of these will then be talking about, I would imagine, about the lack of campaign. So first of all, I'm a huge fan of the game, and the Astra Militarum is my absolute favourite faction. I've been eagerly waiting for this DLC, checking for updates literally every day. So it pains me to say this, but I'm deeply disappointed. The faction feels incredibly rushed and unfinished. The animations, I don't find that myself. Okay. So he's mainly talking about the way that the Astra Militarum works. I actually like the Astra Militarum a lot. Probably it's one of my favourite factions that has been released. So for me, that's not really a problem. And the reason for that is that the Astra Militarum in the DLC, the Astra Militarum are not easy to play. You have to essentially set up like a base of operations to use your long range weaponry, and then then it really starts to sort of pay dividends. But if you move and if you run and gun playing the Astra Militarum, you're going to be damaged. You're going to be hurt pretty badly. You need to establish a point that you can defend, wipe things out, then move up, and then keep on doing that all the way through. Which for me is I really quite like the idea of that one. So for me, it sort of works out fairly well. Rebalancing the guard is getting slightly better since initial release. Please fix the las gun animations. Okay, so mainly about animations in through here. I'm just trying to find the other negatives. Normally people talk about the lack of content, like in terms of actual campaign content. I didn't find this. I found it to be fine, the Astra Militarum, to be honest. I'm not sure why people sort of feel that, but when you get one of these other groups that coming back through, let's just find another one, because a lot of the comments were that that they didn't actually bring, maybe the Astra Militarum did bring in a campaign. I'm not 100% sure about that. Where are we? That's Battle Sector. Tau is also, that's mostly positive. Demons of Khorne, that'll most likely be a campaign one, I would imagine. So very weak, honestly, worst DLC there is. I don't like this one either, to be honest. Literally just one new unit. Yeah, so this is not something that I like. Negative reviews are way too harsh. Don't pay attention to them. I'm not sure what that was about. Speak to a fully fleshed out faction like the others. Okay, so this is a lack of content. But I don't know. Like this is just a DLC faction without the campaign, and since it's based on the existing Games Workshop model available, it feels somewhat mixed. Buy it if you want to play it on multiplayer, but don't if you just want to, if you want to play the campaign. So there's no, one of the negatives with this is that essentially you don't end up with lots and lots of campaigns. I'll open up the game and just go through what it's got, so you can sort of see what the way it does work. But this is one of the negatives that I've got with the game, is that the base game, while it's very functional and fun to play, and you will know if you like it or not based on the base game. Based on the base game, it's with unless you start to add the DLCs, it just doesn't feel fleshed out, because you only all you play with initially, if you if I go and find it here, Battle Sector. So I've been playing that a bit this week as well, actually. So if I go and play, so Deeds of the Fallen is just come out this week. So this was actually released with Skulls Week. And there's a few different ways of playing the game. The way it sort of works is you build an army, a bit like the tabletop type thing, where you actually come in with, you've got different points with your armies, you build them up and sort of then work them in that way. And so if you have a look at the, if you go continue, actually I won't continue what I'm doing, I'll just show you the other different bits and pieces. But I can go to Army Management, and so Army Management allows me then to bring in like an actual, to construct a point army. So I can construct a new army, for example, of different types. So you can see that down through here, I've got like, this is a Blood Angels army through here, Tyranid army, a small 1,000 point army, Fire and Fury. So these are going to be different sorts of factions coming back through, Necrons, Orcs, etc., etc. There's a whole heap of different army builds in through here that you can actually sort of then go and have. Mechanized Assault, this will be Astra Militarum, with different sorts of groups coming back through. So the game certainly has a, now as far as, this is the one that people were complaining about, the look of the models. Where is it? Was it the last gun? I didn't mind it, to be honest. I didn't think it was all that bad. I mean, if you have a look, if we go back out, if I just go and I just click on Done, just trying to find a Necron. There we go. There's a Necron army there, which hasn't had anything built into it yet. But these units here are, these look great. Like the Necrons look fantastic. So I really like them. I just like Necrons in nearly any game though. Like they're really, really good. This is an Overlord, the type unit. Then you've got Royal Wardens, Cymancers, Hexmark Destroyers, etc. For me, they look fantastic. Just the overall look of all the different units that they've actually got. The Scorpec Destroyers with multiple units in the actual group itself. So, but yeah, so each faction you get certainly does flesh out the game. I think that Necrons is like it's a very, very good faction to go and grab. If we go back to Chaos Marines, maybe, and have a bit of a look at those and just see if we can figure out what's going on with what people sort of think with those. So this is Chaos Legions back in through this other side. See, again, it's not like these models are like, they look good to me. Like I quite like the look of them. Now sometimes you're not going to be able to get unlocks with different sorts of things, but in this case, like that's one of the Skull Taker horde. Sorry, that was a Bloodthirster. This is a Demon Prince back in through here. Is that the same model for the face? No, it's different. Bloodthirster's different again. And then just a Blood Master down through here. It's a much smaller unit. Soul Grinder with different abilities. You can sort of set things up. Skull Cannon. God, these are, I hate coming up against these in the game. These are a very, very long-ranged artillery type unit, which is difficult. The Blood Crusher back in through here. So anyway, that's you get the idea. There's sort of like different units, and then they've just got lots and lots of these Bloodletters, which are just sort of like very cheap units, cheap melee units that you sort of come charging in with when you're actually playing the game. But the game is a beautiful looking game overall. It's very, very nicely done. But these are all DLC type units. If we just go back out, and in the base game, you really only get the. Sorry, if we just go back to Army Management again. And you've got all Orcs as well. Orcs are difficult to play. The Sisters of Battle are good. The Blood Angels army. So this is the This is the sort of thing you're going to then go and get with the base game. And so when you get the base game, you really are playing as the Blood Angels versus the Tyranids when you play the campaign. So it doesn't really play back the other way. There is a way of playing it back the other way, but it's the actual campaign itself is not that way. So, and again, they've got lots of different types of units coming back in through here, different sort of dreadnoughts and things, priests, tech marines. So yeah, there's just heaps of stuff. Now there's another pack that's been added to this to sort of to flesh them out even more. Sanguinary Guard. Looks great, doesn't it? I mean, it is a very, very good looking game. Like it's with what it does do. And so you build up your points. Like these are all worth a certain number of points. They can have different types of weapon. Like this one is 120 points for these aggressors. But I can then change the Flamestorm Gauntlet, which will then make them up to 140. So they've got like a different sort of loadout on that particular one through there. The grenade launcher won't kick. They've got that automatically. The Boltstorm Gauntlet goes. Actually, that's not. If you choose that one, yeah. If you choose that variant, you end up with the Boltstorm Gauntlet. If you choose that one, you end up with a Flamestorm Gauntlet. So you end up with a different sort of gauntlet, but it does cost a little bit more than to sort of add it into the actual army. And so as you're sort of building up the points, you know, you're trying to sort of figure out what you need for your mix of forces, which is, as I said before, fairly cool. The Death Company, back in through there. The Baal Predator. This is a Hellblaster, back in through here. So and then you've got different sort of speeders and things like this as well. So there's it's quite nicely fleshed out. So these the Blood Angels will then be going up in the base game. Will be going up against the Tyranids. So you've got Tyranids as well. But Tyranids are not really a playable campaign unless you're playing a random campaign. And so again, the Tyranids sort of come with the game in different sorts of things that they do. And again, they play quite differently with the way that they sort of then go, and the way that they do work. So you've got a whole range of different things that actually sort of do come with this. So it's again a pretty cool looking game. Like just with the with what you can actually then go and do with it. I'll just click on done. So the main way of playing it is to go and play a campaign, and so you can play skirmish as well. You do have multiplayer options as well to play against other people. But if you go to new campaign, and you'll see there that there's not as many campaigns through here as there are DLC factions. And this is one of the complaints with the game, is that each DLC faction that gets brought in really should have its own campaign. Now, I'm not somebody who plays structured campaigns, so it doesn't really bother me, but I can see why it would bother others. So you end up with the Age of Crimson Dawn. I think that's the one that comes with the game. So this one here, you sort of set up how you want to play it. Allowable playable DLC units as well. You can sort of have those in there as well, or you can turn them off. And essentially, it's just going to be a series of combats against from the Blood Angels taking on the Tyranids, and the combat is very, very nicely done in the game. Like I'll play a little bit of that so you can sort of see it, because it is extremely good. So you've got structured campaigns like that one, Deeds of the Fallen. This has just come out, so this is actually a new campaign that is just released literally this week. And so this is one where you play as the Sisters of Battle, so where they actually go through their own campaign against. Well, it looks like it's orcs in this case, but I think it may be a few different different types that are going to be actually in the game itself. I haven't tried this at all actually to see what's going to go on with this one. The way it's sort of, I'll just show you the launch of this, just so you can sort of see what's actually in there. So it'll follow a story. So it'll present like and again, it's not something that I'm really all that interested in, these sorts of campaigns.
Ashenfell, an appropriate name, given the tragedies that befell our fellow sisters of our martyred lady. But we will not allow their sacrifice to be forgotten amongst the dust of its dead foundries.
I had heard that you could once see the foundry fires, even from the darkness of the void. I only wish I could have seen it as it was.
Faith may restore such glories again, Sister Dorentia. But first we must visit the Emperor's wrath on the enemies of mankind. The orc hordes may have successfully established a foothold here, but not for long. By our sword, imbued with the Emperor's holy wrath, they will advance no further. Sororitas, prepare for landing. The landing point, besieged by orcs! Purge them all, sisters! Rekindle the fires of hope here on Ashenfell!
So the campaign maps look very, very good in terms of what they are. It's very much like a board game slash war, so very much like a tabletop slash war game type thing where you're playing with tiles. So kill the orcs attacking the garrison of landing pad Rucinio. So this is actually where this actually is. When you play the other modes, you don't play on these sorts of maps really, which is a bit of a shame because these are quite cool the way that things actually do work. You do have to think your way through to be able to sort of keep people alive or sort of to structure them in different ways. And so I won't go through how to do it, but in this case we're starting off in the middle of a combat.
We are the God Emperor's fiery blade.
Where our forces, where we would need to think through how we're going to tackle the orc hordes and also try to keep different sisters of battle alive to be able to then sort of function effectively. So the combat itself is fairly engaging, like with the when you actually do play it. It's as I said before, it's a very, very good looking game with the way it sort of does work. I won't play it, but this is sort of like one where you'd have to figure out, okay, who do I attack first? How does it work? There are hidden areas, like if I grab a unit, I can then just change their facing to sort of see further out. And you do have to look around because quite often there will be hidden units in different places. So quite often you do need to go and just make sure that you are looking in different corners, which again works fairly well. Even though it's a tile-based game, you can see down through there the different things that would end up happening. If I try to move off, this one does actually have an attack on me, so I've sort of got to get rid of this one initially anyway. And I won't go through how to play the game, but it's pretty cool the way it sort of does work. So anyway, we'll just quit back out of there. So that's the structured campaigns. Just go back to the main menu. And Victor's saying, "What's this? No more marble run?" No, we just did a. We're just going to be, because I've got so much to give away. We're just going to be giving things away as we look at them. So anyway, that's your structured campaigns. So if you go to new campaign, you've got demonic incursion. So what this one is this essentially is waves of chaos demons. So the demonic incursion, a desperate battle for survival, fight against incredibly powerful waves of cornet demons as they rush forth into real space. So this is just a way where you just sit in the middle and basically just fight off. You choose your faction other than the Chaos Marines. So depending on the DLCs that you do actually have, like if you don't have the DLCs but you have this, I don't know if, I think this comes with the Khorne DLC, but I may be wrong about that. Blood Angels and the Tyranids are the ones that come with the base game. And you can see down through here, you can actually then choose your actual army, and you may need to go and then build an army with the points that you actually then have. So the minimum army size for incursion is 1,000. So you can actually put in more, and then the game will just add in more of the enemies to do the waves. So you can sort of build a structure of exactly what you want. So you got the Tyranids in through there as well, Necrons as well, of course. This is so like Necrons are DLC, Adeptus Sororitas is DLC, Orcs is DLC, Towers DLC, Astra Militarum is DLC. So these will come through with the various DLCs. So the Astra Militarum in this case, if I just go across into this one, we then get to change the what sort of what one we want. If there is actually, if I just go back. Oops, I didn't mean to do that one. New campaign, demonic incursion. So if there are multiple types, I can then sort of go through the various types that we have already sort of saved. So there's a few that are saved with the game, but you can build your own. So you can build your own group to sort of depending on your play style, it does actually have a big bearing on the way that the game actually does work. So that's that sort of campaign. Just go back out. The other ones that started with the game is Planetary Supremacy. Now, Planetary Supremacy is a game mode where you, again, choose your faction. Like if I choose Astra Militarum, for example, here, Unfortunately, I've only got, like, I have to choose 3 factions. I can fight against allies. You can see there at the moment we can't have Blood Angels, Adeptus Sororitas, or another Astra Militarum there, but I can turn that one back on if I want to allow these. I can't go up against myself, but I can, for example, choose Blood Angels or whatever else I want to actually have on the map. So you've got a bit of a choice there as to how things actually do work. If I go with the Orcs and the Necrons, that would be the enemies we'd have. You have to choose 2. You can sort of then design your planet to a large degree as to how things sort of then do work. This doesn't work all that well, to be honest. I've got to say, like, the planetary supremacy mode does need a lot of work. It's getting better, but it does need work to sort of make it even more compelling. If I just go and launch, it's very simplistic in terms of its overall structure. So it is random, which is good. And so the various, this is our base in through here, and the idea is that you then start to just work your way through the various modes in the actual game itself. So we have different locations, and these, like, the enemy locations are back up through there. That's the Necrons. That's the what's that one there? That's the Orcs up that way, I think, in that corner. These are locations that will then give us extra army points if I close them off. So getting hold of these army point ones allow me to then increase the amount of forces we can then bring in. We have action points that we can use each turn. So a lot of the structure of what we do here is pretty good, but it's always the same shape map, and it's always they're starting in these 3 different corners. It works okay, like, it's not bad, it's just not great, and so it's sort of it could be a lot better. So I'm hoping that they keep on putting time and effort into fleshing this out even more. It sort of does need it. These are the various bonuses that you end up getting by taking the different locations. So, for example, at the moment, if I go back into my I've got HQ upgrades and I've got reinforcements. If I click on reinforcements, if I make changes to my base stack, so this is my base stack, I can have up to 30 of them. I can, I think I can put some of these into, no, I can only delete these. I can't put them into reserves. So in this case, I then have to sort of bring in what I have. Now, I don't have a massive number that I can actually bring in from the reserves back over through here, or from the new ones. Some of these cost very little, like these Cadian shock troops, for example. So these don't cost very much at all. They do have the, like, frag grenades, etc. So, but I don't have a real lot to play with when we first go into these particular combats. So if I just go back and cancel that, and then have a look at the HQ upgrades, what I have to do over time is win battles and then actually get these points, these acquisition points, I think they are. And we can then start to unlock different units and different abilities. So you end up essentially with the Lehman Russ battle tanks, etc., heavy flamers. These all sort of come out of the tank commander. And so you start to sort of build a structure up using these unlocks to essentially build the army the way that you want it. And this works very, very well, I got to say. Like, I do really like this aspect of this particular mode. And then when you go into the actual combat itself, like if I just go and choose this one here, for example, this is unclaimed. I'm just going to go and claim it. And so we have a choice here. So we're going up. The attacker is the Astra Militarum. The Chaos Demons of Khorne have got like a smaller army than what we've got in this case, but we can just we can't auto-resolve this one. We just have to proceed. It will then generate a random map, and these are not great. And this is where I think the game could really sort of spend some time trying to flesh out the way that the maps are constructed. And even the mode of play is fairly boring, I've got to say. No, it's not boring. It's one-dimensional, which is sort of unfortunately a little bit. It's not fantastic the way that sort of does work. You do need the exclamation mark, guys, if you do want to. So you don't have to do it once you're in there the first time. It's going to remember who you are. So you only need to do the war once, unless you enjoy doing it. Just let it flesh its way in. So it's constructing a random map. I don't know why it takes so long for it to build the random map, because the random maps are pretty crappy, I've got to say. So we've got our force in through here. We can sort of change things around. We've got a couple of chimeras, 3 chimeras, which have got heavy flamers. And so playing as the Astra Militarum, as I say, I quite like them. But the heavy weapons squad, you need these, like the heavy weapons squad, you really do want these towards the back of your forces. We've got 2 armored sentinels. These are your scouts. You want them really in the front. I'll just move them all back. So I tend to look at the actual map itself, just try to get a bit of a feel for it. This is a very open map, and this one here is literally we just have to kill off enemy forces, which essentially means we just need to trigger attacks and then kill things off. So if we have a look at this, we might as well, in this case, I might as well just sort of set up at the back here and then just move forward. Now, playing as, I won't go through how to play as the Astra Militarum, but they have certain abilities, which is, I think, why the negative reviews come in, because I'm assuming that some people just haven't really understood how to play as these guys. They play by being connected with each other as well, like they get benefits that way. But also these guys get benefits by not moving. And so with the heavy missiles and stuff like this, you can actually then set up a fairly strong location using the heavy weapons squad, and then just sort of make use of that with that connection as well. So you can sort of have like forces like this, for example, with a commander, a commissar, and in amongst the middle of them. Whoops, wrong type. But it's the game itself, and even with the chimeras, these are transports. So you can't actually load them on at the start, but you can load them in afterwards. You can start to sort of load different units in. So the chimeras, the scout units have got heavy flamers. These are great up close, but you want them to not extend out too far until it's time. They've got good movement. So every faction has got like a different look to it, and a different way of playing. But to be honest, I don't know. I think it looks fine. Personally, I'm not unhappy with the overall look of the way that this force actually sort of does perform. Anyway, that's the planetary supremacy. I won't keep on playing that one, but I do find that a little bit simple. But just go back out to the main menu, and that I think has got a lot of potential to be something really quite good. It is getting better and better, but it's just not quite there yet. New campaign mode. Now we have, that's just come out as well this week, a Crusade campaign mode on the way. This is very, very good. I've got to say, this really structures all of the way that the game mechanics work with the different the different packs that you end up sort of building up. This Crusade mode as a campaign mode, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant. And so I'll just go through and I'll just go and load in because I'm sort of halfway through one that I was playing. Where was it? This is Crusade preview. These are auto saves. Can I do another one? Manual save from the other day. No, that's old. That's planetary supremacy. Planetary supremacy must be up the top here. Nope, that's planetary supremacy as well. Okay, it's just like remembering what I loaded in. So this is it here, I think. Yeah, so this is playing as a Necrons. So in this case, if I just go and load this one in, this is actually where I got to, I think. Remember the exclamation mark at the end of the of when you type war, guys. It does need to have the exclamation mark. Sorry, I put that in there. So I'm just noticing there's a few of you without exclamation marks. I might remove that requirement. Yeah, just so Di, Murillo, and Joe, just type that again, please. But just put the exclamation mark in. We'll have a bit of a look to see who's actually here. So what's actually happening through this other side? It's a progression. What I like about this is the maps are more meaningful than what they are in Planetary Supremacy, or they appear to be. And so even though they're random maps, the actual game mode is better. And it's just a progression. We're in planet 2 of 3. We just have to go through 3 different planets. And so it's not overwhelming. We've already done this one here, which it would give a bit of a summary as to what's going on. We've got the these are going to be, the map is going to be Necron Ruins. In this case, this is an elimination one, and the enemy is the Adeptus Sororitas. They've got 1,300 points. We've got about 1,500, I think. Yeah, we've got 1,500 points for our different group. One thing we don't have to worry about here is if I just go back out again, I can, for example, just go to the HQ upgrade. So I've got a similar sort of upgrade regime as what Planetary Supremacy has got. So I've been unlocking different things as we go through here, which then gives me different units and different abilities. So I can sort of then start to put them into my area. I don't, like, still got one more point, but I've used up all my 1-pointers. So I've got essentially all of the different groups that have now sort of come back through. And then army management. One thing it does allow me to do is to buy units in using requisition points. I've only got 10 left at this stage, and then I then have a reserve group as well that I can start to sort of shuffle that one into my actual army. So the army is I've got 1475. So I've got 25 points left over. I don't have any units that can actually really sort of make that up. So this is the army that I'm going in with. And again, I've been sort of honing this to my own game style, the way I like to play, which is actually really cool. Like, it's sort of works fairly well. If I won't bother proceeding with this one, but essentially we end up with a similar sort of result. We do get like different. We get heavy destroyers, Scorpic destroyers, and flayed ones as different units that then go back into our reserves if we do win this particular battle. We also get 330 requisition points. We get 5 HQ tokens for unlocking different things as well. And so, and the idea here is to exterminate the enemy. So exterminate all the Adeptus Sororitas. So this particular planet that we're on is every single one of these is an Adeptus Sororitas mission. This one here, for example, you can see there that this mode here is eliminate all enemies, which essentially means just hunting them down through the map. They will come to you as well. They're a bit dumb, the actual AI, the way the AI plays with their units. They don't, they just rush forward. So it's not difficult to sort of play these sorts of missions. Then you've got Conquer. What this one does is you have to then go and take different locations. I'm going to say the overall, the AI is not impressive. It's not bad, but it's just not impressive. So we've got the Conquer mode in through there, and then finally you've got like a boss battle, which is interesting. These can be quite difficult. So we'd end up with a much bigger army with an actual an Adeptus Sororitas boss unit that we then need to sort of kill off. So the structure of this actual campaign is actually fairly interesting to actually then go and play. So you've got different modes of battle maps as well. Anyway, we won't worry about that one. We'll just go back out, and that sort of pretty much covers it, I think. I'll just go back to the main menu. But it's a good-looking game. It's actually a very, very good-looking game. All right, so let's exit out of that one. So that's what we're going to give away right now. So that's going to be the next giveaway. And go to... now, we've got 32 entries at this stage. So if you win, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes just to sort of say great or something like that. You've got to confirm that you're still here. Just so then I know that you've actually got it. So this is going to be the battle sector, the base game. So I've got one of those to give away. So I'm going to I'll just give you a couple more seconds just to type war with an exclamation mark. So there we go. So as Ficus has in there as well. So war with an exclamation mark. I should probably ditch the exclamation mark, but anyway, we'll let that one go. Maybe I'll I think if I change the name, I don't know if it'll get rid of all the different names that we actually have in there. All right, so let's go and choose a winner. So good luck, everyone. We'll just go and do it. So this one is for Battle Sector. And the winner is... Oh, great. Oh, wait. Yes, it's Cygnus. What do you mean, not yet? So Serenity, you're already in there. So these are all the names that are actually in here at this point in time. So Sci-Fi Snob's already won one, but you're still back in there. So that's actually okay. Yeah, General Sorrow. There's one more. Okay, so it looks like General Sorrow has come back in. All right, good luck, everyone. Here we go. We're going to do it. Civil War Dude is already in there, I think. Dom UK. Oh, there we go. We are getting a few more extras. Okay, I'll just let it go for a little bit longer. I'll just grab myself a drink of water. Give you guys a chance to, if anyone else wants to jump in. right, that'll do us. Choose a winner. Here we go. Viren Games. There we go. So you just need to confirm that you have seen the message there, Viren Games. Otherwise, we'll do a re-roll in a couple of minutes. So, yep, so congratulations. You won the giveaway for Battle Sector. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes to respond in the chat there. So, and so we've still got more giveaways to give away. If Viren Games doesn't get, if we get to 2 minutes and Viren Games hasn't actually said anything, then we'll. Oh, there we go. So he's yeah, thanks. There we go. We're through. So if you can send me an email at daz@daztactic.com, then you'll be I'll be able to then give you that key as well when we sort of finish up. So that's all cool. That's great. So we've got another winner. So I'll just type that one down as well. All right, let's go to Gladius, which is has now also then come through with new things. So Battle Sector is a game that I think will become the flagship for Slytherin for their Warhammer 40,000 stuff. I think, because it's certainly heading that way. But for me, the game that still actually is the best of the games for. Now that's interesting. Is that over already? Is the deal over? It is. Damn it, guys! We could have because it was free. It literally was free when I started. I was going to I didn't realise it was actually ending. That one ends on the 30th. So yeah, this one must have just ended now. God, I hope that doesn't mean that all of the specials are gone. So General Sorry is saying Gladius base game free on Steam right now and possibly somewhere else. Well, it's maybe somewhere else because it looks like it's just expired. The free version is still only a cup of coffee, so it's a cup of coffee's worth to go and get it at the moment. I don't actually have one of these to give away, unfortunately. It would have, because Gladius for me is a more fleshed out game. I'll just have a look and see if that's actually on my actual Steam. Ended on Steam. There we go. General Sorry is saying that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't check that one in that case. What a shame, because when I started, I did double check and it was still free at that point. I didn't check to see when it actually expired. It must have expired about half an hour ago, I'm imagining. So but anyway, $6 Australian, like about $4.50, I guess, US. Still definitely worth it. So Tenor is saying it was free to play for a set duration. It was never meant to be free forever. That's why the second entry for $5 exists. No, it was free. It was not. If you downloaded the game when it was free, it was yours for. You could play it for free. Like it wasn't just a free weekend or anything like that. It was a free game. They do it every so often actually with Gladius, but it's still 90% off. So it's still very, very good value. This is a game that's been around for a little bit of time, and you can see there it rates very positively. It rates lower than Battle Sector, but in my opinion, the base game is better than Battle Sector for the simple reason you're getting 4 factions, not just 2. And you can play as all 4 of the factions, and they all play very, very asymmetrically, and also so they're quite different to play. So the 4 factions you end up with are the Space Marines, the Necrons, the Astra Militarum, and the Orcs, and they all play very, very differently. So again, for me, Gladius is a great game. And again, I've been playing a lot of. I've been playing a lot with the of it as well this week, and I'll continue playing it this week, even though we're getting towards the end of like it's no longer free. I'll just go and play it, just sort of show why this game is just so damn good. If we're just going to continue, that should be okay. Here's Alex even saying, good value but free is great value. Yes, it is indeed. So,
nameless causeways may now be constructed.
All right, so Curry's saying, Daz, what CPU and GPU do you use for gaming and streaming? I use AMD graphics because that was cheap at the time. So I don't use NVIDIA, but I don't have anything against NVIDIA. I've been using NVIDIA up until that point in time. And CPU, I can't remember. An i7, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. I've got a lot of RAM, just because I do a lot of 3D work and Photoshop work and stuff for my actual job. So I need a fair bit of RAM, and that certainly helps with the games. But I'm not 100% sure. Silbercore's saying Gladius is probably the best Warhammer game at the moment for strategy gamers. Depends on how you feel about Total War Warhammer. Yeah, look, and this is a turn-based game. This is a game, again, where we've got we're playing as a Necrons in this particular playthrough, and I'll keep on playing this one through the course of the week. So I'm really enjoying playing this. This has been quite hard. So we're playing as a Necrons, just coming through with different units. They're all streaming towards the front line, and we have a combat in through here with a Tau. So we've got like a Tau city that we're trying to take, and we've been trying to cause attrition against their forces, and we've sort of been able to pull back different areas. There'll be a drone in here that's actually just doing just trying to sort of find something else out. So it's at this stage we're at the start of our turn again. But it's been quite difficult. We've lost a lot of units, and we're still building units up. We've got 3 cities in this instance. The cities are the way that you've got to build your cities is also fairly interesting. Like that's, I think, the key to the game is actually understanding how to structure your cities and get them to work. Like if I come back in, for example, this is actually gives me a summary of what's happening with the city itself. This one I've got some benefits with building some ore mines. I'm going to be trying to promote more ore, more energy as well. Energy is vitally important when you're playing as a Necrons. Every faction has got its own set of resources that actually impacts the way it does actually then go and play. But each city as well, you sort of got to almost specialise them. In this case, we're specialising. We've got one Hippo-style temple, which allows us to build vehicles, but eventually we'll be wanting to specialise this whole location into getting multiple Hippo-style temples, just so we can output these very, very quickly. If we go back across to the other, this is our capital, and through here at this point in time, and you'll see there that this one's got like low loyalty. Loyalty actually has an impact on how you then what production is like. We've got 2 summoning cores, which this is actually our main place for getting infantry units. So we have a range of different infantry units we can actually then go and grab. I don't have any being built in here just yet, but we can sort of keep on building more and more. So again, these all cost upkeep. So upkeep mainly in ore. So that's why I need to get, the more ore I get, the bigger the army is I can sort of field for my sort of more mundane type units. And each unit has got a very, very unique way of actually playing. So for example, these are just the standard old Necron warriors. These are my base level unit. They've got good armor, good hit points in this case, and they've got Gauze Flayers, which sort of do different sorts of damage. Like they've got like armor penetration is 2, which allows them to sort of they're okay at sort of at shooting sort of lightly armored units. Their accuracy is high. But every single gun has got like different traits, and so it's a mixture of the different type of unit, how they're structured, along with the weaponry that they have, and you can end up adding more and more weaponry to it. Like the Death Mark is more like a sniper type unit. This has got like a range of 3. So sniper doubles damage and sets a minimum of 4 armor penetration against infantry and monstrous creatures. So again, you've got to know what each unit does and then unlock them in your research. So in this case, we're up to the next lot of research. And what we're trying to do at this stage is this city. So this city will specialise in infantry. This city will specialise in vehicles, and this city over through here will specialise in aircraft. That's ultimately what we'll end up sort of doing with these. So this one here at the moment, we do have one lot of infantry that we can actually go and build, but I'll ultimately start to build in more of the what's called nameless causeways. And so as we start to sort of structure them, you can see there I've got one of them designated. In 2 turns we build up. Again, we have to sort of build and cater for the population, and then we can start to build different other buildings. So we've just gotten this one here in our techs, and so we'll start to sort of now bring this in to get flying units. But it's a really, really cool game. The Tau units that we're actually going up against is in this instance, it's been a really interesting combat in the last episode, because we had to make the Tower extremely strong in terms of their armor. Like this one's only armor 3. This is one of their lowest armored units. We're not seeing too many others that are actually in here, but in this case, we've been able to kill off a lot of their units, and the reason for that is we've been able to use this terrain to our advantage. And so we've got forest in through this other side. If we have a look at these Necron warriors, they've got benefit by being inside the forest, where any ranged attack that comes up against them, 33% of that range damage is mitigated. And the Tau are pretty much 100% ranged units, so they don't really use melee, which means that fighting from the forest gives me an advantage in terms of survivability. And even though we've lost a fair few units, we've been able to, through attrition, slowly sort of increase what's going on. So for example, this unit here, it does actually have a close combat weapon, so it does actually have a melee attack if it needs to use it, but its main weapon is going to be this range 3 Kroot gun, which has got, like there's three units in the stack at this point in time. So that's they're the different sort of Kroot units back in through there. They've got the so they've got 3 armor each, so it does reduce their armor reduction. You can see also they're inside a city, which also reduces the damage reduction by 33%, and so they've got other abilities in through there as well, which makes their armor even stronger than what we're sort of seeing in through that different aspect. Only 13 hit points, so not too strong. Their morale has suffered a lot, so at the moment they're shaken. And so this actually reduces their accuracy, it reduces the damage taken. One thing I like about this game is that the actual the combat that you do is it's not random. Like there's no RNG here at all. It's pure numbers based on these different sorts of things that do actually come through. So it's extremely good the way it does actually work. I won't play it, but essentially, this is actually one of the new units that came through with the new DLC. So the new DLC that's just come out has got like a whole lot of different units for most of the factions, not for the Space Marines and not for the Tau, but for all the other factions, they get a special unit. This is like a reanimator, the Canoptech reanimator. It looks fantastic, actually, I've got to say. It looks really, really cool, just the way that this actual unit does work. This one is something that actually boosts the health regeneration of units nearby, and also reduces the morale of units it stands next to. So so anyway, it's been really good fun trying to sort of hide from this forest. And next step will be to move into this forest and keep on sort of then fighting against this particular city. That's going to be their main capital city. So we'll end up sort of coming back down that way to try to take that city on through there. But it's such a good game, and the difference between this and nearly every other strategy game, really, particularly Warhammer type games, is the AI plays like a human. The AI is really, really hard to fight, and they don't get advantages. But what they do is the AI knows when to pulse its attacks. Like for example, at the moment we're now winning because we've now sort of causing damage to the different units. We've wiped out a lot of them, but they actually built up and then came forward again. And they may be doing the same thing again. We will get to a point where the attrition that we cause will ultimately end up where they can't catch up. And we may be at that point now, I'm not sure. But you get surprised every so often. There'll be another wave of forces that come through, so they don't drip feed them in. This is a difference between Gladius and Battle Sector, in my opinion, is that Gladius really, really has incredible AI. For me, it's probably the best AI of any game I've ever played, and I play a lot of games, so I'm actually just incredibly impressed with the way that Gladius actually does perform like that. So it's just amazing. So what's the range for Tau units, says Aries? It depends on the unit, but typically 3. So they actually do have longer range than most other factions, and typically it's going to be something a bit more strong. So where do we get to? Silvergirl saying Gladius is probably the best Warhammer game yet. It's one of the best games in terms of the AI. The AI, you really feel like you're playing against a human when you play against the AI. It's incredibly strong. And we just happen to be at the point now where we should be able to now start to move forward with our different units to be able to push forward in this particular game. So we'll be playing this one again probably tomorrow. So that will be probably the game that I end up playing. I'm just enjoying this so much, playing as this. And we're only very like in the map itself. You know, we're only in a very, very small portion of the map. We've still got like a lot of the map to get through. This one may be the one in the corner, I'm assuming, maybe. But we have another faction which we don't know about, which is just over here now. So whatever the pink faction is. So they're actually, I can't pick what that was there through there. So that's pretty close to our territory. So we're going to need to clean out these guys, at least damage them to the point where they really can't get back easily. Then we'll have to flip and go after these guys, wipe them out, and then sort of start to move around the map. The centre of the map tends to be full of sort of more dangerous sort of environmental creatures, but this is one of the great games. So seriously, like it's a shame that excuse me, it's a shame if you didn't get it for free, but for $5, you can't go wrong, really. It's just an amazing game. So anyway, that's Gladius. I really can't praise this game highly enough. It's just awesome. Now, one of the supposed negatives with the game, if I just exit this one out to the desktop, one of the comments that does come through. Actually, I'll just read a few more of the comments here, and then we'll just go back through. So Curry's saying, have you been using or testing AI with your Rafik stuff? If so, what's your... I don't know what that means, sorry. I don't know what you mean there. Sorry, Curry. You were saying population in red. Oh, yeah, sorry, population in red there. What that means is, back in Gladius, was we have not enough population to man all the buildings that we have. So the buildings will then operate at a diminished amount. So let's just say, for example, we have 10 buildings and we have 9 population. And we've got 10 buildings that require population to actually run them. It means that all the buildings that have got population will actually end up running at 90% of efficiency until another population grows. So that's actually why the red is for population is there. I don't worry about it too much, but if I am concerned, I can actually turn off buildings. I can have it so that they're not populated, which will then flesh out the actual. So I can put them where I need them, or I can just leave them the way that they are. And I've just been leaving them to just they're catching up eventually, essentially. Chris is saying, I wish you could spin the map like Zeph. Yes, there's a lot of things with... I really hope that they make a Gladius 2 based on Zephon. I meant to actually contact Slytherin about that and say, is there anything going on with that? Because I just like Zephon has got a lot of really, really cool things in it that Gladius would benefit from. Zephon's it's a new game from the same developer, and I would love to see a Gladius 2 based on Zephon. That would be just awesome. Sorbical saying Gladius does the best factions asymmetry I've come across in a strategy game. All the factions play very differently. Yes, they do, but it never feels unbalanced. Plus, the AI knows how to play. Absolutely, that's pretty much the statement. Really, it's each faction plays extremely differently, and it's simple in its overall approach, but very, very, very well done. And the AI is just next level stuff. So Chris is saying, is the AI in Zephon as good as Gladius? Yes and no, I guess. Like in one sense, I think it is. The thing with the reason that the AI was always good in Gladius, and before that there was Pandora as well, was their first game. But Gladius, the AI was always good, but not great. And then there was a modder called, I forget his name. There was a modder that actually ended up, God, what's his name? I can't think of his name. I think it began with an A. Anyway, yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he actually was allowed with Planetary Supremacy to go in and actually look at the code and actually build mods to improve the AI, and he made that game incredible. Like like the changes he made to the AI in Planetary Supremacy, in Pandora, was just unbelievable. And so he then essentially helped them, like he then was, I think, employed to help with the AI a little bit with Gladius as well. And so we still see that's why the AI will pulse and move back. And it's very hard to, if you move near us in an AI city and you don't actually have enough forces, you're really going to get punished. You have to also do the same thing. You have to try to attack, get attrition where you can, and then move back to be able to then protect your forces. It's not a simple game where you just where things just drip feed out. They will eventually, once you've got enough attrition, because they've got no choice. But up until that point, if they can get a little force together to do damage to you, they will, and they will do it very, very effectively. So, it's the AI, as I said, in all their games is very, very good. But it really went to next level stuff when Ale, I think it was Ale, is the actual modder's name. Ale did incredible work with Pandora, and then also did incredible work with Gladius. So. It really is it was good anyway, but just went to next level stuff. It was unbelievable. So anyway, is the AI in Zephon as good as Gladius? It's very similar. So it's almost, they're about the same level. I don't really notice much difference in terms of the approach with the AI, but the AI is the best I've seen in games. Okay, so. When are you doing your artistry drawings? I mean, Daz. Okay, so when was that? Oh, graphics. So you got graphics. So have you been using or testing AI with your graphic stuff? If so, what's your thoughts? I work for another company now, actually. So I actually go to work most days, which I actually really, really enjoy. And I haven't done that. I've worked for myself for 30 odd years, so I've sort of so it's sort of been unusual for me to actually go back into a work environment where I'm actually working with other people. And but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the camaraderie. I enjoy the mix of people that I'm actually with as well. And certain things we do use AI for a little bit, but not a hell of a lot, because AI is not really great yet. It's sort of it's getting there, but it's just not cool. Like one of the things I do use it for is if I'm retouching photographs, I'll actually use the AI to generate certain aspects to sort of see if it will actually help with retouching photos. But other than that, I don't use it much for anything, to be honest. I find it just so wildly all over the place. Like it's sort of it's very hard at the moment, and it seems to be inaccurate a lot. So I tend not to use it. So so I don't use it, but I know that it's coming, and so I'm certainly keeping on top of it. But I have subscribed to ChatGPT, so I've actually got the subscription. I'm not just using the free version, and that's been pretty cool. Like for doing different things, but I use it maybe once a week, if that. So and that's not for graphics. That's just for asking it questions about stuff. So it's certainly coming, but it's interesting. Henry is saying Zephon is greater than Gladius. It is in terms of the modes that it has. I would love a Gladius too. I would absolutely love it. All right, so that's Gladius. So there will be more content for Gladius coming this week. What else are we up to? So what's our next giveaway, actually? Well, what I might do is I might give away Vermintide 2. So Vermintide 2, I don't know if that's still on special. So if we can see. I better just double check that these are games that just in case I've got to cover them. So before I do that, I'll just go into my own one, just double check. Warhammer 2. Sorry, Warhammer. Just go that way. So so I've got Dark Tide there. So that's one I can't give away because I've got to add that. I do have Warhammer 3. That's still there. Some of these are still on special, which is good. It's a good old bolt gun, so we gave that one away. Dark Heresy. I'm not sure. I won't sort of cover these sorts of games, but there are a fair few games on the road here that are coming. Bolt Gun 2 coming in 2026. Where's There's Vermintide. Yeah, so I do actually have Vermintide 2 in my listing through here. This is actually very positive. So let's give away Vermintide 2 as the next giveaway. So we will go across and do the giveaway. Up to 37. So if you wanted to be part of the giveaways, I've got probably one more that I can give away as well with what I've got. Actually, maybe one or two. Anyway, this will be for Vermintide 2. So I'll just choose a winner and see how we go. So again, you do need to respond back if you sort of see it. Sorbicol, you're already in Sorbicol. you're right at the top, I think. Where are you? Actually, you weren't there. Where were you? Oh, you're down the bottom there now. No, it's 37. You've always been there. You've always been there. You're the first, and then Ficus then was the second one in through there. So, all right, let's go. So we get a few more. So that's 38. So there's been one new one in through that side. So 39, there we go. So keep on adding it. Hi, Drexy, how you going? So, and Serenity, still got 39 through there. Just going to choose the winner. Here we go. So actually, we'll just answer Donald's question there. So I know Gladius has a new DLC pack for the Skulls event, but do we know if Gladius will get a new faction DLC later this year? The company has seemed to have released a new faction yearly so far. I don't know what they can bring in, to be honest. I don't know what factions there are still available. Will the last giveaway be Marvel Run, says Talked? Yeah, maybe. It's a bit of a hard one. I mean, I guess we've still got the full list. The thing I'm liking about this one is actually at least I know that you guys are going to be contacting me, and so we got a confirmed winner. But maybe I could do the last one as a Marble Run, and if it doesn't get claimed, it just doesn't get claimed. So Matthew would say it's got to be the exact spelling in the pinned comment. The WAAGH exclamation mark. It has to be that to be in the running. But I think you're in anyway, aren't you? Thought I saw you in there. No, you're not. So it has to be written that way. I'll give you a couple of seconds notice to go and do it. But yeah, I'm not sure. So Carrie's saying had to check. Did not already have it like last time. So yeah. So Seeking Matter is already in, I think. So there we go. Couple of extras now have just come back through. There we go. So Matthew, you're in. Okay, just saying what? All right, let's go for it. 43 there now. This is good stuff. So 44. Okay, just keep on adding them in, guys. So this will be for Vermintide 2. So we'll just go and choose a winner. Black Hawk 45. All right, I'm going to do it right now. Bang, done. So Dom UK, well, congratulations. So you do need to respond back. Otherwise, I'm just going to, in 2 minutes' time, I'm going to then re-roll it. So Silverclaw saying, I've recently got back into painting Warhammer miniatures. It's following all my video game buying money. Please send help. Yeah, the pack I got from the from Games Workshop. I mean, it had the hat, but it also had like little figurines and all sorts of stuff. It was really, really good little pack, which is pretty cool. So Dom UK, you do need to say something in chat, otherwise after 2 minutes it's a re-roll. So what we've got is, actually, while I just go back and talk about this one here, we've got the Gladius, the DLC with Gladius is, you don't need the DLC to enjoy the base game. Unlike Battle Sector, where I think you do need to flesh it out a little bit, with Gladius you don't, even though there is a lot of DLC. So you then start to just pick up the DLC that you're interested in. There's a fair few there. So we're over a minute now. Dom UK, we may be re-rolling the winner here. You got up to 2 minutes before it's a re-roll. So Dom UK, I think you were fairly recently just in the chat, I thought. Or maybe not. But you're going to miss out on Vermintide 2. Here we go. We're 1 minute 30 now. So Silvergirl saying, yeah, I'm sure a drug habit would be cheaper. It is expensive, isn't it? is expensive, the Warhammer stuff. I'm not into the painting of things, but I do like the what they do. So stop my plastic crack Warhammer, have it long ago. All right, 10 seconds, Dom UK. 10 seconds. And then it's a re-roll. He's probably madly trying to start his computer up. 1 second. Okay, we've gone beyond the 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to respond back. So Daddy Grind saying turn off ads when picking. Actually, where is that? Was that on maybe? So it should be out after 2 minutes though. So we'll I'll just do a re-roll. So I've got no control over the ads. Sorry guys. That's going to be one of the vagaries of of playing. It's like Russian roulette, I guess, in that sort of sense. Okay, so we'll do a re-roll. So the new winner is Oracle Oak. So Oracle Oak, congratulations! You are the winner of Vermintide 2. You do need to send me an email, but you also need to respond in the chat. Otherwise, it's a re-roll. So. Is it just responding chat? It is indeed. There's just any sort of response, just saying hi or anything. It really doesn't matter, or Yahoo or anything. So Oracar Oak, you've got 2 minutes. So, but if you do win, you just got to send me a email to daz@daztactic.com. So that's that's where it has to go. So we're up to 40 seconds. Here we go. I'm not sure, because often people will come into the chat, have a bit of a look, and then sort of leave. And so that's why I'm sort of doing it this way. Where if you don't answer within 2 minutes, it's a oh, there we go. Great. Okay, so you are the winner. So if you can actually then send me an email at daz@daztactic.com, and I will then make sure that you are. You get that key. So that's, again, there's no easy way for me to actually do this any other way. All right, just double check on Rogue Trader, because I think I might even start to wind up. What we might do is, what have I got left that I can give out? I'll do the next one as well, where we end up with what we have. So I've already used that one. I had a key there for Space Marine 2, which I didn't have, so I've grabbed that one. I also need to use Dark Tide as well, so I don't actually have the Dark Tide one. So we are left with just 2 more keys. We'll just double check. So I'll just close that one. All right, so what we'll do is we will do a marble run to finish off, I think. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about? I mean, there's a lot of Warhammer games out there. I'll just double check, just make sure I can give away the Rogue Trader one. Because I know that Owlcat Games, the makers of Rogue Trader, are working on a new game, but I'm pretty sure the key I've got here is all okay. So I have the base Rogue Trader one. Yeah, that's from 2023. Yep. So that's fine. So they're working on a new game, which yeah. So we've got what I'll do is I'll have I've got Total War Warhammer 3 as well. Which, so I do actually have that in my list, back in through here, so it's in the library, but, so I'll make this last giveaway. We'll make the first place, we'll do a marble run actually to give this one away, so I'll just make use of whatever's actually in there. So we'll do the giveaways to make the winner, I'll make the winner Rogue Trader, and the last place will be Warhammer 3, okay, so we'll go Total War Warhammer 3, so some pretty big games there as well. Let's just go into it. And we'll just get this one set up because we've now got all the names in there. So we'll just go back to Sublime Text. And so everyone can win these as well. So first place will get Rogue Trader, and last place will get Warhammer 3. Sorry, I'll just go back to this one again. Don't need that one. 47 entries in this one here, so this will be a fairly big run to see who actually does win. Now, I've got no way of confirming other than whoever wins getting back to me at daz@daztactic.com. Otherwise, so 48 now coming back through. So, okay, so ZXM is saying, wow, Warhammer 3 is the better of the two in my book. Yeah, look, they both rate pretty highly, actually. They're both good giveaways. They are very, very good. So anyway, we're just going to go and not choose a winner anymore. We're going to go back into here and copy the eligible entries, 49 entries. So has everyone typed war in at this stage? We've got 49 at this stage. All right, so we'll just keep it going there for a second, and we'll just go back out to here. If there's any more that come in, I'll just quickly go and add them in manually if we can. Although I probably have to end up sort of just closing it off. So replace all. So and I'm just going to change cookie. There, that's okay. Don't know if we've got any double ups. I don't think we do. Usually it's a mic. We end up with a mic or two that have got the same name. Lucia, are you in there? 50. So Lucia, I think you're the last one. Lucky last. So I will actually close it off at this point, guys. So we'll leave that now as the closed group. So we'll just go and close that one down. Oops. Okay, back to Marble Run. Kelrash saying, "War, I'm not in." Hang on, are you not in? Let me have a look. No, you're not. Okay, I'll throw you in there as well. So we go to 51. And then we'll definitely close it after that one. Yep, so I'll get Kelrash. Kelrash is in at 51. So, yep, so ZXM saying everyone came out of the woodwork for this giveaway. Yes, they did indeed. It's going to be a hard one, guys. It's going to be a very hard one. All right, so I've just got to set up the numbers. Okay, so open. There we go, 51, done. Finish that one off. Go back out. We'll do our Grand Prix. What I might do is I might make it 4 maps today rather than 3. So we normally do 3. And number of bots is going to be 51. Wow, that's a lot. Good luck, everyone. It's going to be bots, so we're going to just go this way. So autofill. Yep, this looks good. Okay, so in we go. Play. I think we're all done and ready to go. So good luck. So the winner is going to be Rogue Trader. The loser is going to be Warhammer 3. So Silver saying recommend a chance with last place here. So in we go. So let's just get started. Whoops. Here we are. So who's out in front? God, it's going to be hard to keep track. It looks like Miguel out to that side. We've got Bjorn back out this other side. So Bjorn out in front this way. Let's look and have a bit of a look to see who's going to end up losing. Oh, there we go. Nithon, Donald Wood, Dusty Monk. These are all in the running for last place. There's a lot of you in last place runnings at this stage. Philip Goulin through there as well. Lucia, Di Murillo. So there's only it's going to be this is going to sort out a. Oh, there goes Curry. Curry's gone. Saraz actually managed to bounce back in, which is pretty cool. So these guys are all being sort of smashed. Kilrash is gone. So again, being in last or first place is where you want to be. Siraz actually managed to bounce out and then back in. Everyone else has sort of made their way through. So a long way out in front here. Got to see what's going on with the map. Bjorn's still doing well, coming through in second place. So there's Bloyamind is now gone. Well, there's a lot with getting 0 points here, like a hell of a lot. Ace has taken the lead back over there. Got a lot of marbles here. But 37 players left in the running. Probably best bet is to go for last, really, in reality. But Siraz is a long way out in front now. A long way out in front. Where'd Bjorn end up? Did Bjorn end up going? Siraz making his way through. Juraxon is now coming in second. We've got the Ace over the other side. Seeking Meta, and there's Bjorn. So they're both together coming through this this wheel. So they're in the other wheel over here. So moving down through this area. Siraz still just making his way slowly through this next level. So Juraxon is actually really caught up here. Caught up in a big way. We've got Ace, Seeking Matter, and Thor on the other side. So other people have been caught up and can't really get out. It looks like Siraz has got the certainly still got the good run here. There we go. We've lost ZXM. We've lost straight business. Down to 32 now. Here comes our top 4 at this point in time. Siraz is Juraxon has gone straight through to claim the to get the first place potentially. That's the finish line down the bottom there. So Juraxon straight down and is the winner there. So Juraxon is our first winner. Siraz coming through. So it's the points after all 4. So Siraz got second. So 20 points for Juraxon, 15 for Siraz. Then I forget all the other numbers. So Thor coming back through. If you get 10th place, you get 10 points. So 10th is where you want to be now. So Ribber 87 got the 10th points, and then the rest of them will probably only get 1 point here. CB, I don't know if we'll make it, and Blink, Bijink, I don't think we'll make it either. I think that yellow line that we see there is going to gobble up the last few. A lot of marbles. Here we go. So there's going to be a fair few that don't make it. Chris C, CB now as well. So Bink went as well. There we go. So the winner is Juraxon 9. Congratulations on the first result. If we just go into the final results and then have a look at the Grand Prix at this point in time. So this is the numbers. We've got Juraxon here at 20 points. 20 points for Siraz. 12 for Thor. Viren Games on 10, along with Ryber in through there as well. A lot of people on 1 point and a lot of people on 0 points. Now, 0 points is where you want to be if you want to end up with the last place, which is going to be interesting. We go to the next map. So that's the first of 4. So we now have the downtown, whatever it is. And good luck. So we'll get started. So down we all go. Who's going to be the first one out of this? Doesn't look too dangerous, does it? Who's the first one out of this hole here? So it might be Curry, actually. Well, spinning through, yeah, it's going to be Curry, first one out. So Curry's in the lead, moving through. Cannon. Across. Okay, straight through here. Whoa, okay. Bounces up and makes it. Everyone's making it okay. Curry's straight through. No one's fallen off yet. Oh no, Daily Grind has. Yep, and Murillo has as well. Dusty Monk has. So okay, we're getting a few now falling off the map. Curry and Bajink coming back through in the middle here, straight through. Curry's still out in front here. Oh no, losing it here. Oh no, still out in front. Just. That's the finish line there. So Currier for the fairly big lead at this point in time. Oh, there they all go. Chris, Cygnus, Joe, Maligon. So it's still Curry, Juraxon. Oh, if Juraxon got that, gets released in here, that's going to be some good points. Who will be the first one through? It is Juraxon actually, got second place. So we've got Torched back in through there. Viren Games, Curry, Forbin, Buyink, Dom UK, Seeking Matter, Luiz, and I Am Knight Solitaire got the 10 points. The others are now just sort of making their way through. I think everyone will make it before the yellow line gets there. Okay, we'll have a bit of a look to see where we are. We've still got 2 more races to go. But that's some good points there. Final results, we'll just have a quick look at the actual Grand Prix itself. So 35 points there for Juraxon, which is very, very, like way out. We will have another 20-pointer with Curry way down here. So Curry's coming in second after that one through there, I think. Oh no, we've got a 22 there with Viren Games. Anyway, we'll continue on. Next map. So Juraxon a long way out in front. This is the Kingly Grand Scheme. Get started. Okay, looks like Drexy's going to be the first one out. No, yeah, Drexy and Seeking Matter going into the next loop. Seeking Matter straight through here. Whoa, Serenity's out, Dom UK's out. So we've got a couple that have missed. Mad Relics, I Am Knight. Oh, Juraxon is out, so that actually now opens up the field for the other players. So there's Sorbicol in through there. I'll just go back to say 4th place. This is going to be Began. Just follow Began through. Straight through. Yep, straight through there. So we've got we've got Philip. Who's out in front? B followed by Strat Beats. Way up to the top. Into this next little loop. Being shuffled around. It looks like B's already gotten through. Now Began has as well. Straight down all of these. And making their way through. Still a long way to go before the finish line. Just move forward a little bit so we get a Bloyermint, who's coming in 3rd at this stage. Saraz has made its way straight through. Bloyermint has also now made it through. Saraz is through this next loop as well. Saraz is certainly a long way out in front now. It's been able to see what's going on. Let's just move out. Here comes Saraz down into the finish line. Bang. through. Okay, next one we have should be B. Actually, is the next one through. Oh, this Bloyman is the one without the name. And Bloyman gets second. B gets third. Seeking Matter still coming through. So look and see what the score is after this one for the final race. Actually, Seeking Matter, did Seeking Matter make it? Yes, it did. Diamilio did as well. Or Diamarillo. Joe, next, and then Nithlon. Cookie, Kelrash, Bajink got the 10 points. Oh, we've got a few more that are now disappearing off the back end. Here comes the yellow line. We'll catch some of you, I think. Curry's made it. Silver Coal's made it. Bjorn's not going to make it. The rest of you, I think, are gone. Yes, there we go. All right, so that's good. Final results. Have a quick look at the Grand Prix settings. So we still have Duraxon on 35. We now actually have Saraz on 35 as well. We've got a 20 back and through here. This is the last race. So it's going to be between... Let's have a look at these numbers here. We've still got some of you on 0, like Tenru's on 0, Chris is on 0, ZXM is on 0. So there's still a few of you in the running for last place. Matthew Logan, Dusty Monk on 0, Maligon on 0. So that actually works out fairly well for you guys for getting the last place, the Warhammer 3, Total War Warhammer 3. But out in front at the moment is, and look, you get 20 points for winning. So you've got a 20 back into here. So Seeking Matter still in the running as well. 22 for Virant Games. Didn't get any more points, that last one. Some of you can't really make it, but still there's a fair few that can. So Duraxon and Saraz are the two that are really out in front at this point in time. So last map, congratulations, good luck everyone. This is animated yeeting portals. Here we go. How big is this one? That looks dangerous. I think we'll sit back at the dangerous area and just see who makes it through here. I'm assuming that's going to cause some issues. Let's have a look and see. Oh, Bink's already off. Here comes Guy Bellaby. And Saraz, oh, straight through. Who's that? That's General Sorrow. There's Mad Relox. Flackhawk. Chris. Lucia. Here goes Ace as well. There's a fair few of you that aren't making it. Drexy. Let's just go back through. Saraz is in a good position here. Guy Bellaby. Now, I'm not seeing... Yeah, we've got a lot of other people have now fallen off the list through here. We're down to 37. Just go through one of these. I'm not sure where these actually end up going. This is some sort of portal. Oh, this is for the win, actually. All right, well, this Saraz has got 10 points. I think that's enough to win. There they go, straight through into the final winning thing in through here. So we'll see what the points actually are at the back end here. So what we'll do is we'll let the Grand Prix finish, but then we'll actually go and do a recount of the actual of what we end up having. So where's the others? They're still all down the bottom here. We still got players on the map. There we go. So Guy Bellaby gets the 20 points in this case. Just go to the final results. All right, let's have a look in the... let's go and finish off the Grand Prix, and then we'll come back to the actual points. So coming in our what we think is going to be third place, and again we have to do a points recount to see if there's any playoffs we have to go and do. Seeking Meta coming in third place. In second place, we have Jiraxon, who had such an incredible start. And then the winner so far that we think is Saraz. And I think that is correct. Let's just go and click on OK. So 45 points for Saraz. So Jiraxon didn't get any extra points for that last one. Seeking Meta got close there in the end. So congratulations, Saraz. You are the clear winner of Rogue Trader. I will write your name down on that one. So that is that's a big win there for Saraz. And then for the Warhammer, as we go down through the list. So just look out for your name as we sort of go down through the list and through there. So you will need to contact me. I'll just type in the just send me a DazTactic.com. So Daz@DazTactic.com. If you're one of the winners, one of the two winners, then we'll go through that way. So we've got a whole lot of people in the middle through here. Let's go down towards the bottom of the list. Who is on 0 still? I know that Chris is, I think, because I saw him die off. And I think he was one of the ones. So Silvercov was down there with 4 points. Getting closer and closer to the back end here. 3 points, 2 points. Drexy on 2. CB on 1. Lose 1 point. When are we going to get to the zeros? Here we go. We've got Matthew, we've got Chris. So it's a playoff between Matthew Logan and Chris C. So we'll have to do a one race playoff. So Matthew and Chris. I'll just set that one up. So we'll just go back to the main menu. So race. Let's go to random. And I will go to bots and make it 2. And we'll just go back to the names. So we had, it was Matthew Logan, wasn't it, that we had? Just get rid of the others. And we had Chris C. Okay, so the playoff was between you two. So, all right, here we go. So we do have a, just press escape there, just go back to race, random. 2 races, they're going to be bots. So, so the loser of this wins. No, the winner of this race wins. So whoever wins this race is the winner of the losers. Is our best loser. So let's go with it. So it's between Matthew and Chris. So good luck, guys. This is for Warhammer Total War Warhammer 3. And if one of you gets eliminated, whoever the first one to get eliminated, the other one will be the winner as well. If you both get eliminated. So we get started. Good luck, guys. Here we go. So we'll just go and press. I'll just follow one of you guys through. So here we go. Through the beaker. And are we out yet? No, we're not out yet. Here we go. Being poured out of the beaker. So Chris is the one. The one without the name is going to be Chris. So I'm just following Chris. Matthew's on the other side. Chris is slightly in front. No, Matthew has now hit the lead, I think. Don't know what that third one is. Oh, Bunsen burner. So you made it through there safely, both of you. Oh, is that Chris gone? Yes, it is. Matthew, you are the winner. Congratulations. So we'll just watch as you now make your way through to the winners' circle. So Matthew had said good luck to Chris, but Chris is out. Chris got destroyed. I don't know what it was that actually caused the issue. So even if you now fail and you still got further in the race than Chris did. So just let it follow its way through. But congratulations, Matthew, on that one. So I'll jot your name down too on that one there for Warhammer Total War Warhammer 3. Well, this is Matthew that is now dying, I think, as well. Is it? Oh no, it's inside of some sort of in some sort of glass jar. I thought that was going to be the end of it. There we go, getting poured back out again. So no, still running. We'll let the race finish. Not going back up. Trying to come through. Yeah, these aren't going to throw you off. Yeah, it's a bit dangerous through there, but this will be okay. Oh, straight through. There's a finish line. So, congratulations, Matthew, on being the last place winner. And you did actually finish there, so that was very, very good. Anyway, so that's our results there for all the giveaways. So that was good. That was a good little session. Actually, we gave away a lot of games, so that was awesome. So Silver was saying thanks for a great ChatTactic. First time I've been able to attend for a while. That's great. Yeah, no, thanks for joining in, guys. Actually, it sort of really makes it having the chat, like with you guys, actually sort of giving your thoughts as well. So thank you for being part of it. But I will leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll sort of check those emails and give those keys away. So I'll catch you